All right. Well, hopefully you guys found that interesting. I thought she did a good job of presenting that stuff. So let's move on from reflexes and talk about during this birth to 6 week period, what kind of perceptual skills babies have. Like how much information can they collect from the world and kind of make sense of with their brain. So first off, let's talk about vision. Us humans are very visually oriented. Like if we can't see it, we kind of don't really, we have a hard time understanding what the information coming is through our ears or our smell or whatever. So vision's really important to us adult humans. Well, it turns out that newborns have about what we call 2200 vision. So here's an example on the top left of kind of what this would look like to a newborn. They can see at 20 feet what an average adult with good vision can see at 200 feet. So they're very nearsighted, which is great because they see in focus at about 6 to 8 inches away from their face, which is about where we hold them. So yeah, this mom and dad are looking at the baby in the crib, and the baby can't really see them when they're a newborn. But once the mom or dad picks the baby up, then they'll be able to see them better. By about 4 months, you can see that their vision is getting a little bit better. So mom's close enough that she's in focus, but dad's still too far away. By 7 months, they're both basically in focus, but the surrounding room is out of focus. And then by 12 months, they're seeing basically like an adult does. So during that newborn phase, a lot of people say that they're blind or that they're colorblind or other things like that. They have normal vision if you get up within that like 6 inches of their face. Hearing. Babies, when they're born, can recognize their mother's voice compared to other sounds. And most of the time, that means that they find their mother's voice very calming. Now, a lot of people go, oh, for the whole 9 months, they were listening to their mom. The ears get wired up about 7 weeks after conception. So we'll call that 2 months in. So there's a good solid 2 months when they're not hearing anything. But their ears don't really get wired up to their auditory cortex for collecting the information until about 30 weeks after conception. Maybe as young as 25 weeks. Different research kind of points to different kinds of evidence. So you can't say the whole pregnancy. The pregnancy is 40 weeks long. I'm going to say the last half of the pregnancy, the baby can hear mom talking. I'd say 20 weeks of hearing her voice is plenty, don't you think? That's a pretty good long amount of time to learn her intonation, her style of speech, what her voice sounds like. Now remember, it's going to sound a little muffled. It's going to sound a little deeper to the baby because it's coming in through bones and through water as opposed to coming in through the air. So it's going to sound a little bit more like mom's voice sounds to herself. So that's kind of interesting. And what they've found in research on babies after birth is that they recognize the cadence of their mom's speech. I talk really fast, so my kids must have been primed for that. But they pick that stuff up. It's the intonation. It's not what they're saying. It's how they say it. So they recognize mom's voice. Now, dad can boost that a little bit by talking to the bump really reliably, very consistently. Get up close, like maybe even cup your hand so you're directly talking to the bump. Not going to learn what you're saying, but just going to learn your voice and find it comforting after birth also. All right, so go ahead and watch this baby and how quickly he or she calms down after mom reassures that it's just a diaper change. And I'll see you on the other side.